Hi, I'm Miss Andy from the Alameda Free Library with another edition of Foodie Friday. This week I was inspired by one of my all-time favorite books, Bread and Jam for Francis by Russell Hoban with pictures by Lillian Hoban. Francis is a badger who loves bread and jam and is a little unwilling at the beginning of the story to try anything else. But by the end of the story, she's quite excited to try some new foods. So in honor of bread and jam for Francis, let's make a bread and jam squishy made out of regular old household materials. My squishy's nice and soft. So let's get started. Here's what you're gonna need. I'm gonna flip my camera so you can see my work surface. What we're gonna need today is a plain white piece of paper. This is just regular copy or printer paper. We'll need scissors, clear tape. We are going to need a pencil and eraser. We will need a black felt tip pen, some colorful markers in any palette that you wish. I like this nice palette that matches the colors in the book, and some pillow stuffing or cotton balls, or this actually is stuffing from the inside of a pill bottle. So if anyone in your family gets medicine, ask them to save the stuffing from the pill bottles and save it up to make some squishies. Let's get started on our bread and jam squishy. We're gonna start with the white piece of paper, and we're gonna fold it in half lengthwise. So fold it over so you've got two halves of the paper when you open it up, and give it a nice crease along the edge. We are going to draw the outline of our bread and jam first in pencil. And if you are not sure how to get a good outline of bread and jam, you can use a real slice of bread to trace onto your paper. Save that bread for later and make yourself a nice slice of bread and jam when you're all done with your bread and jam squishy. I've got my outline in pencil, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use that black felt tip pen to draw my outline in pen. I want a nice, bold outline. I'm going to then flip the paper over, and I'm gonna put the paper up to either a window or a light box if you have one, or you can put it down on a light surface so that the outline from the other side shows through, and you're going to trace that outline onto the other side of the paper. So when you're done, you'll have an outline of the bread on both the front and the back sides of the paper. You open it up right now, it's blank inside. We're gonna trace one more time. We're gonna open that paper up, and this is going to be my front side. This open side is going to be my back side. So I wanna trace the outline of my toast one more time right onto that open flap, so that I end up actually with three outlines. The front, there's one here on the back, and there's one right here on the inside. This is gonna be the front of my toast, or sorry, my bread and jam. This is gonna be the back. Go ahead and draw a little face on the front side of your bread. I've got my face here. You can go ahead and outline it once it's done. So you're gonna make your face and then color in the rest of the front side to look like bread and jam on the front. And on the inside, so that's the wrong piece. On the inside, you're gonna color your bread to look like the back side of the bread. So when we've got it all colored in, I've got my front side of bread and jam with a nice face on it, and I've got my back side all plain. Now it's time to cut it out. We're gonna hold the paper together and keep one part of our fingers, or one side with our fingers held tight, and cut around the outline of the toast. We're actually cutting all the way around. We don't wanna leave any white, so we're gonna cut all the way around the outline of the bread and jam. And once it's cut out, you'll have two pieces. We've got a front and a back here, and you're going to take the back piece and flip it over so that you've got a sandwich of your two slices here, your two paper slices. They're going to make a sandwich. So you're flipping that other side over so that you've got a front and a back. Now we're gonna start taping. And to do this, I want to start by taping just the bottom edge. As you can see here, that's my inside face, just a mistake there, but we've got 2 pieces taped together with just 1 piece of tape at the bottom. And I'm making sure to have my back and my front. And I'm gonna go around with small pieces of tape all the way around. I'm gonna leave 1 piece open. So I am taping all the way around with little sections of tape. And I wanna use little sections and not leave any gaps. So you can see when you're taping over, taping the paper and then flipping over, you can see where you left off when we use these small sections of tape. And once you get all the way to the top, it becomes a little trickier to go around these curves. So you want to go really slowly and just take those small sections of tape and fold over as you go. And if you make any small mistakes, you can always cut them later if you don't like the way it looks and tape over it again. But you'll have tape all the way around the edges until right here. You're gonna leave that little piece open. As you can see, I've got mine all taped up here, but I have a space left with no tape left open, just big enough so that I can put a pencil in there and wiggle it around. We gotta stuff it. So we're going to take our pillow stuffing, open my bag here of stuffing, and we're gonna stuff it in and use the pencil or your fingers, but I like to use the pencil, to get it in there and distribute it all the way around. There we go. You can start with your fingers and then you can start poking in with the pencil. And we'll get it all the way in there. And then once it's got enough stuffing in it, you can distribute the stuffing inside the squishy with the pencil to make sure that you've got stuffing in every part of your bread and jam where you want it to go. Then we just need to tape that little piece at the end up. So we'll take our tape and we'll end up with a little bit of tape on the edge there to tape that last open piece up. And we have a bread and jam squishy. If you want it to be very secure and have your design not rub off as you squish it, you can put more tape all over your design. It'll become a little bit less colorful, but it won't get messed up as much when you squish it. But I left mine with just tape on the edges, and it's just fine. It's quite adorable. So I hope that you make a bread and jam squishy. I hope that you read this wonderful book, Bread and Jam for Francis. And I hope that you check out the rest of our children's programming on YouTube from the Alameda Free Library. Take care. Bye-bye.